right, we will just start right away because we are, as usual, in the past few days a bit short on time. Um, welcome, welcome to today's AMA, and I hope you have been all doing very well with the start of the week, even with like basically all the markets being in a very, very fearful state overall. Okay, yeah, just needed to check the recording, but it's running. We are fine. So for the future, as we said before, we will have in the future the AMAs on YouTube with a live YouTube feed or whatever you call it, because it simply doesn't restrict us only to Telegram only, but we can just simply share a link through all our socials, through Reddit, through Twitter, through Telegram, and people can then just join in. Because right now we have the problem that only people which are active in Telegram can actually attend an AMA, a live AMA, and ask some questions. And I guess it is the easiest workaround for everyone if you just have the AMAs live on YouTube. Simplest way. So basically anyone can join. Just be sure if you want to actually use the chat of YouTube while we are live, you would need to, I think, actually make an account to actually use the chat or to be able to use the chat at all. Okay, so let's see. Just taking a quick look. Okie dokie. Yeah, I know we have been having the AMAs always on the Telegram, but we just made some polls on Reddit, and I guess a lot of people are simply not using Telegram, and it is just, yeah, let's say a little bit unfair for the people who are simply not using Telegram at all or don't like Telegram at all if we would restrict the AMAs only to Telegram. But it shouldn't be a struggle at all, yeah, because you could just simply join in through the link, and it is as usual, yeah, just the normal AMA, but on YouTube. Okay. You can post the voice files at so yes, yes. Um, just trying to cover more, like more different things. Overall, that's also why we are recording and then uploading it to YouTube. So basically, everyone could or can access the videos, or better, the AMAs at every time. But then again, it makes things a lot easier for us, because if we have the AMA live on YouTube, we can just, yeah, like upload it right after the actual live. I create another account somewhere, expand. Yeah, yeah. It's not needed. It's not necessary to make an account on YouTube to attend the AMAs. This is the nice thing about it. So you can always just hop in and listen to the AMA live, even if you do not have a YouTube account. But then again, if you want to engage in the actual chat, it will be needed or necessary to have an actual YouTube account. But then again, just also think of it, especially with more people attending the AMA, the live AMA, being active in the chat. It is like free exposure for us, since we have this lives daily, and people might stumble upon this live AMA if they are searching for crypto or something crypto related. So it actually helps us a lot with the whole exposure game. Just a quick info for you guys. We did seal a deal with a YouTube account. We will have a interview with a YouTube account tomorrow. I think I didn't even tell AJ yet about it. But yeah, tomorrow will be the interview. He will, of course, upload it to YouTube. He will ask some questions about the project, about the team and everything. Basically like an AMA, but for a YouTube video which is, yeah, let's say made as an interview about our business. And then of course some other things coming along with it. Just starting off, as we said before, this whole YouTube marketing thing, because yeah, this is basically a very, very nice way to create some more exposure over time. And then again, of course, working on a lot of different YouTubers and TikTokers, and a lot of different stuff going on in the background, as you are aware with the whole rebranding things. There are already some rumors out. Don't be worried. We will share every single information once we are ready to share it. Of course, takes a lot of background work. So for the people which are not familiar with the stuff going on in the background, we have a live event in Switzerland, in Zug, at the 17th and 18th of March. And the invitation list so far is filled with, yeah, let's just say CEOs of investment companies, traders of blockchain companies and all of that stuff. So really serious people there. A very, very serious event. And then of course it is public and live in Swiss. So really looking forward for this event. We will have billboards up in Zug. We will have radio marketing, flyers going out, all that stuff. So basically it's a very big event for our business. And then of course we need to, this is the time to restructure into this actual business we want to run. Into the actual business with the passive income and everything, just making this very serious step. And then again, like some news already I can drop, I guess. I think they are okay with it. So we have Moneybin, which most of you should know already, unless you are very, very new. He will join as a team member, handling all the public relations. Let me just delete this one. Handling all the public relations. He's a very, very active person overall. Yeah, we love to work with him. He's doing a great job. He's doing a lot of the vetting. So vetting is basically the way you handle like all the YouTube channel. Yeah, you're checking the YouTube channel for example, for the bots, for the real engagement behind the channel. How good is that channel from the engagement side and everything. This is a lot of work, especially if you're doing this whole vetting process with a lot of different YouTube accounts. And then again, of course, you need to actually talk to the influencers. Yeah, you need to talk to them because they need to be ready to make a video. At least let's say serious influencers. Yeah, there are some which you can simply pay and they will market whatever you're paying for. But then again, most of the YouTubers which have a serious community, they will have also a background check done for us, asking for some informations beforehand. And actually Moneybin is handling all of this, and you will see with the restructuring of the company, Moneybin joining in as a real core team member. And then again, we have someone called Vimal. He is not active in the chats because he will be our actual blockchain developer. He's doing a lot for us right now. We started like just yesterday when we finished all the planning with him. We started, or he's starting up the work for how do you say it? Sorry, a little bit tired today. He is starting up all the work for the actual dashboard overwork. So of course, with the whole company restructuring of BankersDream, we will also have a complete overwork. So one point is the actual website, and then the other point, of course, is the dashboard itself. So we will have our own swap. This is something I can already drop as a announcement. So all of this will be ready latest to the 7th of March. Yeah, just also take notice these things take a lot of time, take a lot of manpower and development costs to actually pull off. So for the new dashboard, this will be like on the website, you will have a button like, for example, launch app. So wait, let's just do it this way. A lot easier this way. I can't write today. Let's just do. So this is our ongoing website. This will get a complete overwork, like complete overwork. Completely new setup, very serious setup, like a very serious setup. A lot of informations, new informations on the website, and then you will have something like these buttons you see here, which will just say launch app. Yeah, so we will have under this subdomain of the app, getting a little bit more in the technical side of what we are doing in the background right now. You will go, as for example with this button, into our actual dApp. So right now, as you can see on the dApp, we have the claim dashboard, so you can actually check your rewards, and you can, if you want to, connect your wallet and then manually claim your rewards, which are not distributed yet. This will get a complete overwork, of course, because the way this looks, it is okay for crypto. So if you only stay in the crypto space, but then again, of course, especially when we are talking to these very big companies in Swiss, in Zug, and we are setting up as a actual, let's say, investment company, things need to look a lot different, like a lot different. Then again, for the next step, so this will get a complete overwork. Right now on this swap part, you will only see a like direct connection through Poocoin. So actually, you can actually buy banks here, but then again, this is a very basic setup. So yeah, it works. It works. This is true, but you still have this. So you are basically buying true Poocoin from PancakeSwap, since on PancakeSwap our liquidity pairing is lying. We will have our own swap. So don't get me wrong here. This is not a router swap, which is something like PancakeSwap. This will follow in the future. With a whole router swap. But then again, a router swap is a very difficult thing and complicated thing. And as I said yesterday, we are not the team which is just forking. So forking is copy pasting the code and then just doing simple changes to the code. We do not want to fork. If we make our own router swap, of course we will always have our own utility behind it. Yeah, because we do not want to launch just the next swap or just the next launch pad, which get launched like basically every week. Yeah, we will always do it in our way. We will always add our utility and our twists to the launch pad, for example, or the swap. But what we are doing with the swap, like let's do it this way. Swap. Let's just take a look at PancakeSwap. So basically, on PancakeSwap, this is the actual overview of PancakeSwap. And what we are doing with the implementation of our own swap is that we will have on the website something not similar to this. Then again, we will make it more in a professional way of the look. But it is basically the same thing we will have. Yeah, so you can use this one just exclusively for banks. Yeah, but then again, this makes things a lot easier, especially for the people which are not familiar to crypto. And we were talking to a lot of different people which are actually not familiar to crypto, not familiar with PancakeSwap, not familiar with this whole, let's say, small tokens, and we will have our own swap implemented. So not in this way. This is just a quick connection to Poocoin, But then again, we will have the option to add our own chart. We can display the things we want to display. So it is a whole swap image you will see. And then again, of course, the option to buy directly through our website, our token. And yeah, this is just implemented as well because we said it is needed to have. You need this visualization. You need the option also on the website as well. And looking forward to it. This is just a addition we will make to this actual dashboard overall. For the fund display, so for the people which are not aware of the fact, you can check the actual fund holdings here we have at the time right now. You can always check the fund holdings here. This is a very, very basic way of displaying things. Yeah, then again, we did not have that much time to actually pull it off. It takes a lot of time if you are changing things up, especially here. This is a very, very basic setup. Still, it's working perfectly. So this part here is taking all the information directly out of the fund wallet. And this part here are the staked portions. Of course, the staked coins are not in the fund wallet itself. They are in the staking contract, so we cannot display them here automatically. They are displayed through a manual add here. This, of course, is like one of the biggest parts of the reworking of the actual fund display. So basically what we are looking for, just to give you guys something you can expect from the visual side. Yeah? Let's just go here. Yeah, pretty basic, pretty simple. So basically we will have such a chart for our fund. Yeah, so for our fund, we are, let's say, combining all the different datas from our holdings, from our investments, and then we will display them live tracked in a chart. Yeah, you can play around, you can do 7 days. Yeah, basically from the approach, yeah, not similar, but in the way of CMC, because the CMC view is a very nice and very clean view for a chart actually. Then again, other things added, yeah, because we do not need this thing here with a comment section or something like this. We will have the option that you can actually pick out the single investments. So let's just say we go back here. So for example, you see Moonrock here. You see, all right, banks invested in Moonrock. I do not know Moonrock at all. I need to take a look at the investment itself. And then you have the option to actually, yeah, let's say just click on it. Yeah, we are not 100% sure of the way it will look. Now we will all see this at the 7th of March. But we have the option to display all the information of Moonrock. For example, we can display the Moonrock chart in this visualization separately. We will add all the info for the actual projects there, so all the socials. We will add a quick description. So basically, if we take a look here, yeah, something like this. So what is Moonrock? Yeah, they can maybe give us a text they wanted us to implement and all of that stuff. Basically, it is something like free marketing for them. Yeah, so let's not say free marketing, but this is something we want to create. So for every banks holder, he can always check every single investment here completely in detail. Just also for the transparency side and also for the, let's say, side of a very easy way to display basically everything the fund holds in detail. Yeah, with a visualization of a live chart here, something like this. And then again, bringing up all the informations. There is a reason why we want to add all the different informations for different holdings of the fund. Yeah. Just always think of it this way. As a business, we need to create value for the actual holders, for the investors. Yeah, we are creating value through the BUSD rewards, which is just a very, very simple step because it is basically the token itself. But then again, we are creating, of course, additional value through our utilities. With our first utility being the whale fund, you see that we are creating value, a lot of value there. It is a very unique value, yeah, because the fund is investing into different projects, and at some point the yield generated by the fund, 75% of the yield will be distributed to every single holder. So this is a very unique approach for a fund. There's nothing similar in the crypto space out there. Just basically working like an investment company. Yeah. This is the value, for example, we are creating with the fund for every single investor. So basically with holding, you are generating a sustainable, this is very important, sustainable form of passive income. Yeah, because the fund is completely independent of our token, of our actual token. It doesn't matter if our token goes to zero, the fund is still there. Yeah, this is the very important part here. It doesn't matter at which price the token is sitting, it doesn't matter which volume the token actually creates, the fund will always generate yield. And then there's another very, very important point here. So the BUSD rewards, as you all know, since the taxes are collected in our token, there's always a little effect on the chart, yeah? Always. There will always be in reward tokens. Either you can see the effect or you cannot see the effect, but in the end, the effect, the psychological effect is always there because the contract needs to sell the native token to buy BUSD, which it can then distribute to every single holder. This is the way the reward contract works. But then again, the fund is completely independent of our token. Yeah, so if the fund grows, let's just play around with numbers. Yeah, so if the fund grows to a very, very big size, let's say 100 million, 1 billion, yeah, stuff like this, the yield generated by the fund itself is a sustainable form of income for every holder, and then again is not affecting our chart at all. Yeah, not in a single way. It is completely independent. So this is a very, very big value we are creating for actual holders. So it gets very interesting for investors to reach a decent wallet size. Yeah, to reach a decent wallet size, to be able to participate even more from the BUSD rewards and then additionally from the fund yield in the future. Yeah, very, very important part here. So because there's always two sides. Yeah, we want to create value for the investor, but then we need to create value for other projects, for other businesses. Yeah, because we are looking for some, let's say, corporations, for some little partnerships, for example, with other projects. It doesn't matter if they are bigger or smaller. But then again, think of this point when we are reaching a bigger size with the fund. Yeah. At this point, of course, the way the fund is structured, it gets very, very interesting for projects to receive a investment of the fund. Because the fund is working as a long-term holder. It is no swing trader. We are not day trading the fund or something like this. We are actually building decent wallet sizes. And then we are simply holding. Of course, if you're investing in an ICO and the ICO is making a lot of profit, like let's say for example a 20x, a 30x, we will take some profits out, but we will always take them in a way that it is not at all visible in the chart. There are some basic rules, as for example, do not sell into a dip, and do not sell a big bag at once. Yeah, so you would never see the fund actually doing this, because of course it could give the project we invested in a hard time, if we are talking about a crypto project. So this is the first part, which makes the fund very, very interesting for other businesses. And then, of course, there is this other part. So, as we all know, crypto is heavily, heavily community driven. And we have already noticed this part, yeah. If we are investing in another project, a lot of people are checking it out, since in the end the community decides which project should be added into the into the community fund once we vetted it completely. In the end, the community decides it, and then of course a lot of people are doing their own research because people do not want the fund to add a, let's say, shady investment into it. Of course, we cannot avoid it every time 100%, but this is basically the main goal behind this. So we are doing the initial vetting, and in the end, the community is also taking the poll, and a lot of the people are actually doing a lot of research themselves. And then you must think of the power such a fund could create, because we are aware that on some other projects we invested on, especially some early projects, some people of our community, they checked them out, they did like them, they said, all right, this looks interesting for me personally as well, and they also started investing into them. So basically, a investment, especially with growing numbers, which is very important, yeah, brings organically some new holders to businesses which actually receive a investment. This is the second very, very interesting part for businesses. Yeah. And then there's the third part with the new fund display. Since we are able to display the detailed information for the project, all the socials, all the details and everything like this, they can actually tell us, all right, we want this and this and this information on the fund display, because a lot of people are constantly checking this fund display. Yeah, if you're checking the numbers, a lot of people are taking a look at them, and this is something which additionally creates value for the businesses. Yeah, for the businesses which are in the fund itself. And this is always the way we want to go. We need to be very interesting for investors. So there's always this thing, we need to create value for our investor. But then again, we also want to create a lot of value for other projects, for other businesses, for other ways of creating passive income. Yeah, because we need to strengthen this overall crypto space. And you will see, so a lot of different smaller projects for the time being reached out to us. Yeah, it's just hard to vet them all at one point, and then of course, especially at lower volume times as we have right now with this, yeah, let's say a little bit scared market we have, you won't see like this big chunks getting added into the fund, yeah, being ready to invest. But then again, at one point, this fund will be very, very interesting for other businesses, and this additionally can create a lot of value for our investors. Yeah, just you need to think a little bit more for the future and also a little bit more for the potential this can create if you see everything we want to add just in one big picture. So let's say we have an ICO. So an ICO will always have the struggle that it needs to somehow get their hands on some funds so they can start the initial marketing, they can start initial development, maybe for the utilities. Yeah, they need a lot of funds to actually be able to launch. They can reach out to us. They can, especially in the future, ask for an AMA, for example, with our community. So everyone in the community can take a look at this potential new investment. Yeah, everyone is getting a very, very early look into a, yeah, maybe promising upcoming project. As we all know, new launches are very risky, but then again, new launches also involve the most potential in the crypto space. So overall, pretty interesting from this side. And then again, think of something else. If they can secure a investment Yeah, if they can secure an investment from our fund, yeah, with the community voting in the end for the actual investment, they can be sure that, of course, we are looking for a bigger wallet size, yeah, because we want to have some impact and some actual holdings in the project itself. They do not have to be scared of the fund dumping on them, which is very big, yeah, because as a whale, it doesn't matter if you are like a investment fund whale or if you are just a private whale, it always brings some form of responsibility. Yeah, and especially in the future, you will see that a lot of projects will reach out to us to maybe get a initial investment. This also brings the possibility that we might be able to secure, for example, whitelist spots for the community or something like this. Yeah, these are just some additional things that might come into it with all of this part. And then again, think of the next step. Yeah, we have a lot of different connections. Yeah, especially in the crypto space. We have connections, like reliable connections built up now with CMC or Coingecko. We have a lot of connections built up especially for very early marketing. Yeah, stuff like this. So if we have our own launchpad, we can provide an initial investment for an upcoming project from a actual fund which is only looking to hold long term. Yeah, of course the project needs to be very interesting. It needs to provide utility. It needs to provide passive income for us. The team side must be considered safe. Yeah, so a lot of different things coming into this part. But then again, an ICO can reach out. They can receive an initial investment, which helps out a lot. They get the chance to get a lot of publicity, like from our own community, yeah, which is also a big part. Because, as we said before, this is no secret at all that people are checking out like different investments from the fund, for example. Yeah, because it's sometimes hard to get your hands early on a project which is not a scam or something like this. Yeah, so very important part here. So the value for a actual business with our own business can be very big. Initial investment from a non-dumping wallet holder, a community. If they perform well, our community will most likely like them. And then again, we do not consider ourselves competition. As we said before, this is our goal in the end. Yeah, we want to build something big in here. So we are no competition. We want to be a valuable partner, especially for very interesting projects. They can have a place to launch with the launchpad, launch in a safe way, yeah, for investors and also for the business itself. And then again, they will have, since they received an initial investment, they will have this automatic exposure in here with the fund display in the future. Not right now, as we said before, this is being worked on right at this moment, but they will have this free exposure. And then of course we are building up the things behind it. Yeah. So the faster we are able to set up the launchpad, as we said before, the development started, but we are not just launching the next launchpad on crypto. We want to involve a lot of different things. Yeah, there are some very interesting things, as for example, you could provide the tokenization for real world companies, which are basically way too small to actually be a company in the stock market. But then again, a way out of this one might be through crypto. Yeah, so you could, or we are maybe able to make this whole tokenization thing happening through the launchpad. And these are the things we want to create. Yeah, these very unique things. Not simple, not easy, But then again, that's why we are taking our time for such stuff, yeah. And this creates a lot of value. And now you have to say, think of the future things, yeah. So at one point, the fund is set up and running, like, yeah, mostly automatically, yeah, because it doesn't need like a ton of management from this side, apart from all the vetting. You will have the launchpad, yeah, which provides a way to launch for projects, which provides in the future a way, for example, for the tokenization of companies, yeah, a very big thing to add in the utility system. And then think of the next step, the next logical step, if you are in the crypto space, yeah, the next very logical step is, of course, bringing up your own router swap. It's something like PancakeSwap then, yeah, but bringing up your own router swap. Not exclusively, of course, if we are talking about such things, yeah, we are not talking about being exclusively on the BSC chain. Of course, you need to provide all of this stuff cross-chain. Yeah, this is also very important. You cannot only stick to BSC only or something like this. But the next logical step, of course, would be the own router swap. Then again, bringing like your own twist to it. So if we are looking at, for example, the tokenization of real world companies which are interested to get listed in the crypto space, then again, nothing easy you can just do. So you cannot just go and make, for example, a Mercedes Benz token or something like this. Yeah, this is not the way this works. But then again, the next logical step, of course, would be your own router swap. So with router swap, I mean a actual swap. It is a hassle to manage all the liquidity and all of this stuff. But then again, this would be the next logical step, yeah, to take, because you then are able to provide this complete system, yeah, this complete system for a business. So the business can come, they can get the initial investment, they can get the connections. So for example, this connections are no secret, but then again, it helps a lot to get them, yeah, especially if you are launching new. You can get the initial investment from the fund. You can get like publicity from the community itself, which are into investing, as we all know from our community. Yeah. You will get a place to launch. You get the marketing connections and everything needed from CMC, Coingecko, basically anything. Yeah. Then, in the end, you are able to list on this router swap, yeah, which is the own swap. So you would basically have a complete way. Yeah, these are things we are looking into, but then again, step by step, because we do not just want to launch the next launchpad. Yeah, not just the next basic launchpad, which is simply a fork of, for example, Dextools or a fork of PinkSale. Yeah, this is not what we want. This is the easy way out, but this is not what we want. Because as you can see, with, for example, the whole fund display. So basically, what we have right now, we could use this for the future. Yeah, we could use this fund display because basically everything is getting displayed here. Yeah, we could still use the dashboard for the BUSD rewards. The dashboard is working. You can see at the total amount being distributed. You can see the rewards which are not claimed yet and all of that stuff. Yeah, we could also use the website. Why not? It is working. Yeah, for if you are a simple crypto project, this works just fine. Yeah, this works just fine. But now, if you are looking to make the step into this company, into the company structure itself, and to become a serious player in a crypto space, there are let's say a few different things needed to make this step. One, you need the real world connections. So with connections, I mean this exposure to big companies, to big investors, yeah, to all of that stuff. You need to make these people interested in you. Like these are the players which are actually moving charts big time, like very, very big time, especially in the long-term approach. These are the people, the partnerships, the possible partnerships with them. So we can tick this off with the event we have planned in Zug. Then again, invitation list event, marketing done solely for the event with billboards, with radio marketing in Zug itself, and 2 days of presentation there on the 17th and then again on the 18th. So this is the first step to cover this part, yeah, to get into this point of a very, very serious business. Then you need this other part. Yeah, you need the visuals and the appearance of being this company. Yeah. We could use this. This works completely fine for the crypto space, I can tell you. But then again, if you are talking to a, let's just say, CEO of a investment company, yeah, he would not like this setup. It doesn't matter to him if it is on crypto or anything like this, but it is too basic. It is too simple. Yeah, this is the way for a crypto project, which is simply a crypto project. It is totally fine for this one. But if you are looking into this business side, you are looking for changes. And this is something we are doing right now. So basically, I can give out dates, I guess, because we are working on exactly this date and we need the things finished at this date. So latest on the 7th of March, the new website will be launching. Of course, the new logo and everything will be implemented there. And then additionally, the whole new DEP system. So there will be basically one subdomain only for the DEPs, which include swap, dashboard, claiming, voting system, and fund display. Yeah. So basically this very, very important step here. If you start to structure into a business, the whole visual appearance, very, very important. See you on the, yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm really, really looking forward. So this very, very important steps here. The next part is you need to create the actual value. Yeah, we are already starting to create the value, but this is also the very important part. Yeah, you need to provide this long-term thinking, especially if you're talking to investors. Yeah, this is a very important part. You need to have the long-term goals mapped out, and you also need to show how are we able to achieve our goals. We are looking very good if you consider where we came from. So if we are talking to other dev teams, sometimes they actually do not believe us because we started as a 70 BNB hardcap pre-sale. And we had, this is like the amazing part, we had 10 BNBs worth for marketing at all from the start. Yeah, from the very, very little private sale we made. This was 10 BNBs, and we managed, like with the 10 BNBs initially, we managed to build up a very, very strong community. I can tell you this part, and I see people joining in on a daily base and being very active on a daily base in our community. And actually this 10 BNB worth of initial marketing, so just to give you a number, yeah, just to give you a number, for the 10 BNBs, you could, for example, get, so what is this right now? Roughly $3,600. Yeah, what would you be able to get? A Caesar call, for example, 7 BNB. Then you would be left with 3 BNB. And I can assure you a Caesar call won't bring you from this 80k-ish market cap to 12.5 million. Won't happen at all. So it was not easy, but then again, if you plan it and structure it the right way, and if you put a lot of work into the community itself, it works. Yeah, this is a lot of community work, and definitely it works. But then again, a lot of people are actually impressed if they hear the numbers behind it. 70 BNB hard cap pre-sale, which was a 80k market cap start, which is very, very low. Yeah, it was intentionally a low cap pre-sale. This was the intention behind it. But then again, hitting at the peak, like roughly 12.5 million at the all-time high, with a market which was not looking very nice. It is still not looking very nice. So basically, we have been fighting the overall market. We have been fighting the current market. We are still fighting the market due to our BNB pairing. But coming from 10 BNB initially for marketing, for everything else. So just throwing in a quick number, yeah, for the CMC listing, because we ran into the issue of the untracked listing status at first. We needed to pay a total of $10,000. So a long way to go from 10 BNB to even be possible or to have the option to get listed on CoinMarketCap. And then Coingecko, of course, costs additionally, yeah, because this is the way crypto works. You have to pay for everything, like every single thing you have to pay for. And yeah, basically the past shows concept works, team works, community works. So this was the trial we made, of course. Yeah, trial was very, very, very successful. So now, of course, we are ready for the next steps. Very important steps. But then again, if we would rush them, they wouldn't work out. I can tell you. Like, definitely. It will not work out if you are just rushing the things. I tend to see a lot of people, a lot of teams rushing things in the crypto space, and because it is a very fast-paced place, this is for sure. But things tend to go wrong if you rush them. Yeah, because you miss something or something like this, which could be easily avoided if you just took your time and double-checked it and everything. So yeah, we need to do it fast. Yeah, this is no question. But then again, rather do it in a fast way, but then again, safe way. This helps tremendously for the future. Dead end projects when you rush. Exactly. That is basically true. Yeah, this applies to business. There is no way to skip important phases or something like this. Yeah, you cannot just. I'm always taking, for example, Amazon. Yeah, just take a look at Amazon. Amazon did not just launch a website and basically had everything you would need for your daily life being available on Amazon. Yeah, you cannot skip right into this phase of the project. Yeah, this is not possible. This is simply not possible. Yeah, they launched as a online bookstore. But then Jeff Bezos, of course, he always said, I will be a billionaire. Yeah. And somehow he managed to do so, even if people laughed at him. But he saw the potential of the internet, which was the very early potential back then. He saw the potential the internet brings. It was huge potential. But then again, crypto, so for the people which have been simply too young or missed out on the internet option or something like this, you can see the same thing with crypto right now. Yeah, it is new. People start to use it. It gets a lot of publicity in the real world. Um, a lot of people getting interested in crypto overall. It's nothing like at the very start of Bitcoin. It was a very, very nerdy thing. Let's keep it this way. So not the average people didn't even know Bitcoin did exist. Yeah, so it took a long run already. Um, just reading this question out of Binnessy. Serious question, if you don't mind. No, I don't mind. I like questions. Would this change in name and visuals be in any way similar to SafeMoon's V1 to V2 update? No, not really. Yeah, you also have to think SafeMoon was. Nah, you can't compare this at all. I can tell you. Like seriously, this is a different approach to what we are doing right now. We need this, not because we just like to change the things up, but we need it anyways to get into this very serious structure. And I can assure you that we are um, doing everything we can to, of course, not make it a disaster for investors. Yeah, I can tell you. Don't don't be afraid of this part at all. Yeah, you will see very transparent about the whole process as soon as we are able to share some information, as soon as things are fixed. Yeah, but because again we cannot share something which is not like at least 80% sure. Yeah, this is very, very important. All right. Hope I could answer this question. Did we? No, we didn't apply anywhere right now because this is a very, very time consuming part we are in at this moment. This is something you might have noticed. Yeah, we have been very, very like super active before. Is this a rock? No, if this was a rock, we would have rocked at 10 million, like honestly, straight away. Why should we even keep it going when we hit 10 million and basically made a more than 100x? No reason to keep the rock going. Um, then again, this is a very time-consuming time right now. So you maybe saw already the like little change that we are not this super active, or we are simply not able to be this super active. So for example, from my side in the Telegram at the time. So yeah, what? It's my oh Jesus Christ. What? How are you? So you basically have a second account now called Stavros. A signal is bad. Yeah, you can be sure you will get the Starlink once you are finalized on the team member side because this is like annoying with all the signal losses you have. um, where have I been now?
Hello, Booker.
Hey man, how are you?
I thought I'd throw you a curveball there and say, is this a rug?
Yeah, that, like I thought, yeah, right, I will just answer this question, yeah, but like, is he serious right now?
I thought that would be so funny. I'd throw you a curveball.
How did you manage to
At least,
fix your signal, man?
yeah, this is another phone that I've got, which is, an old work phone that I've got. And at least this one seems to be a little bit better on the signal. But, it's so hit and miss here. It's hit and miss, So I was battling with my iPhone's like an iPhone 6s, very old phone, as you know. And I was connecting with that the whole time, and it just kept on dropping lately. So I think the phone, I've had it for 7 years. It's kind of had its moment. So it's,
Uh,
it's done and dusted. So now, yeah, I was using this phone. So at least the connection right now is a little bit better. So a lot better for now.
Definitely, I can tell you, yeah, it is not this thing which you are either going at 5 times speed or in which you are waiting like 1 minute for a response.
it's like it's like
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
oh man, yeah. So I just want to also say quickly, just a big thank you to you guys. Honor and a privilege, like I said, to be part of the core team. Really super jacked about that. And it's why I say definitely would love to get the Starlink 100%. And at least then I can respond quicker and things like that. But yeah, it's really frustrating. Yo, but I'm super amped about I'm super amped going forward. This is going to be very good, and I can see us going to new highs from this. Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely. So for the people which maybe missed out before, we announced that Moneybin or Stavros, yeah, on this other account, he will join
Okay.
as a core member. Yeah, he will handle all the PR stuff. But it is simply getting too much for a four-headed team. Yeah, I can tell you this is getting way too much for a team of 4 people, and Moneybin is actually doing a ton of work for the whole YouTube vetting, for the negotiations with the YouTubers, for TikTokers. Yeah, he's doing a ton of work on this side, and he did this like since he joined constantly. Like he didn't take a day off, something like this. Yeah, he
Pretty
was
much.
there. He's going crazy. I can tell you. He brings a lot of value. I can tell you a lot of value for the future. Very very dedicated. From Moneybin side. So we are saying thank you for him wanting to actually join the core team. But then again, he gets a
Thank you. Thank you.
Starlink for it.
There we go. There we go. She's starting.
Yeah,
Behind
because
door number one.
yeah,
No,
definitely.
I just want to say, guys, just so you know, from a vetting side and from a what Booker's saying from a vetting side. I don't know. Have you got 1 minute quickly for me to just tell the guys what goes into that?
Definitely, definitely. Just go for it.
Okay. Okay, so what I do is on the vetting side, just so you guys know, because everybody's wanting to know why is YouTube, hasn't it come? Is it coming? Yes, no. On TikTok, etc. Now, the issue with YouTube is this: there are a lot of scam accounts. There's a lot of botted accounts where it looks legit in the front end, and there's botted accounts. So I have to literally, get a little. Obviously, I go through all the influencers that I research. I then have to watch 5 to 8, sometimes 5 to 6 or 5 to 8 videos of each influencer to see what they're talking about, to see if the content matches our company ethos. Then the second part of that is I need to then go into then check all the bots out and vet all the bots that are giving responses back to them because it looks like there's good engagement. And once I've done that, then I have to look at I have to check them against an anti-scam or anti-spam list of YouTubers that have been on a like a blacklist to see if they actually just talk crap or if they promote projects that are rug pulls. I have to check that. Once I've done all of that, okay, then I check the average engagement per day per week, average engagement over a month, how many followers they get day, week, month, and then also how much complete engagement do they have whatsoever. Then after that, then I start negotiations with the person. Can they do the project? Can they do the video? How much they're going to cost, and also when, the time frame. So it's not a simple thing. That's per YouTuber and per TikTok person that I have to go through. It is a job. So if you guys, wondering why it's taking a bit long, that's why. I vet the guys against 14 sets of criteria that I've put down myself. I've set it down, and I go through each step and see tick, 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 yes, no, yes, no. And if they fail, the vetting process by more than 80% or 60% or around about that, if they clear, I'll keep them on. If they're not, I'll get rid of them, because I don't want us to promote with somebody and then they're going to do a very bad job. So it's very critical. It's very critical and very core that that we do this the right way, because otherwise what's going to happen is we're going to get a lot of scam YouTubers, etc., and scam guys, and they're going to mess up this this business going forward, and we don't want that. Okay.
Exactly. Jake was asking Crypto Moonboy for YouTube. The thing with Crypto Moonboy is I can tell you I love him. Like I love his content. The thing with him is he's very hard to reach, and he most likely only does videos. So not a lot of paid promotion he does. So he
Yes.
actually needs to be very interested in the project itself. So basically we need to work on getting his attention. Yeah,
Yes. And
very.
also the thing is, if we do that, sorry, Boko, if we do that, also remember the bigger names on YouTube. One, YouTube is expensive. Okay, it's a lot of money, and we have to be sure that when we spend this money, that the budget goes accordingly to the right person. Second of all, when the guys are more well known, or if they are very well known in the crypto space or the review space or whatever, they charge a fortune, and also they will look at your project, and if you're not of a certain market cap, they won't even touch you. They'll only touch certain projects that are on a solid, higher 50, 100 million market cap, some of them. Otherwise, they just keep fobbing you off and saying, we'll get you when you guys are, when you're at that level. If you're not at that level, then we'll talk later. So we've got a lot of work to do to build up the business to a point where it's passing those milestones in terms of the market cap. But I want to assure you that once we get to that point, these guys will automatically pay attention to us anyway, because we have got the the market cap, and we've got everything in place that we don't have to go hunt or go and beg for them to do a video on the business. They'll come to us. So that's what we need to do. We're building it up step by step, and we do it in a way that's we're going to be that busy. The guys will start also contacting us, chatting to us, and then they'll say, okay, let's go ahead. And this is what's key. This is how we're going to grow this thing up to 50, $100 million cap, obviously with all the dev team, what they're doing, the cross chain, everything, the revamp, the rework of everything. Guys, I can tell you one thing. I'm very, like I said, blessed and honored to work with this dev team. These guys are sharp. They know what they're doing. I mean, you guys know, I don't have to tell you, but every step of the way, everything is professional, including what we're doing with the marketing as well. We're moving away from shilling. We're moving into a space where we are marketing as a business, in a professional business. That's how we're going to get ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, I can actually 100% confirm this. Yeah, because marketing, as we said, like two things. Because I did read in the chat. When we have that level, we not need marketing. Just think, for example, of Coca-Cola. There is a reason they are spending tons and tons and tons of money on marketing. They would not need it at all. Every single person, I think, like nearly every single person on the planet knows about Coca-Cola. But still, there is a reason they are putting tons of money into marketing. Marketing is something for a business which you should always do. You should always add in this exposure. You should always be visible for everyone. Yeah, this is something you always need to do. It's not only because I saw BSC needs marketing, so Binance Smart Chain projects need marketing, but it is very, very, very important that you always have this exposure running. Yeah.
Agreed. I mean, just to add in there quickly, Booker, don't for 1 second think that a business gets too big to market. If you make that mistake, you will think it's like that, and then after 6 months, you'll start losing market share, and you'll wonder why. And you go, how come we're getting so quiet? What's going on? Big businesses constantly do marketing all the time, whether it's banners on websites, whether it is TV adverts, whether it's YouTube adverts, in between the videos that you watch, etc. Whether it is TikTok, whether it is billboards, whether it's whatever, messages to people, emails, or banners inside your emails, like your email platforms and stuff like Gmail or Yahoo at the bottom, whatever. They do it all the time, constantly, because they got a budget to it. Even Coca-Cola and these big companies also do like SEO on the websites, where you type Coca-Cola and they're the first response that comes up, etc. They spend millions and millions a month on being in that position, because you know why? They do it so that nobody else can comes and takes their space. So it's not even a case of they do it and then they find they're comfortable where they are. They do it because they've got there. When they're there, they have to maintain it. Otherwise, somebody else will take market share, like a Pepsi or something. Or if you compare McDonald's and Burger King, the same type of thing. They constantly have to keep that up the whole time. Otherwise, they will come up in the results, especially on Google, if you're searching, higher than them. And they know that if they do that, they lose market share. So don't be fooled by that. Don't think that we don't need to market. We will always market, but we want to do it in an efficient way that it brings us holders. There's awareness and there's marketing that brings us holders, etc. So we're going very wide now on the awareness side, and that will also bring you new holders. And then we'll do targeted marketing for the holders and general awareness at the same time. So you guys can be sure that that's going to happen, and you're in good hands. We're going to look after that, okay? Because this is everybody's future, and as investors, the devs will definitely look after you, and I'll make sure I do my part from that side.
Exactly. Question of Jake here. Is there a target audience we are looking to? Yes, of course. So basically, if of course you could not, for example, let's say just a NFT YouTuber, yeah, he would have the wrong audience for us. Yeah, if we would use a NFT YouTuber, for example, for the marketing. That's why we're also doing this vetting process, why Moneybin is doing the vetting process. He's taking a look. Does this fit for the targeted audience? So of course, we want this investors which might be looking for a long-term hold, yeah, something like this. This is what we want. Of course, you will always attract a whole different aspects of the investors, but then again, targeted audience, of course, they're more long-term interested people. That's why you see us not using, for example, Caesar or something like this. Yeah? Because Caesar is very well known. You say good promoter, yeah, let's keep it this way. But he is better used if you are making a stealth launch or if you want to exclusively concentrate your marketing on a pump and dump. Yeah, this would be perfect to use then. But this is not the target we are taking.
And we're not a meme coin either. That's the other side of it. If you want meme coin influencers, they're also a different type of breed to a proper business, crypto long-term business influencer. So we don't want to spend money on the meme influencers, because we're then going to go backwards at this point. So we're moving away from it. And we want people that add real value. You'll see that some of the YouTubers we've chosen as well, they also don't just, we pay them money and then they give us a nice review and it looks all good. They actually ask tough questions. They actually question the project, and they ask all those things because they've got a reputation to uphold as well. And if they, just go and punt a product and then it's, a crypto project and then it takes a dump afterwards, their reputation's in the toilet. So that's what we want. We want people that have got good reputations. They're going to, pick apart the project, and we can answer the tough questions, which obviously, Booker is very good at doing. And because it's reality, it's honest, it's reality. It's not a case of, we're just trying to sell the idea. It's a case of this thing is a business and it's a future for everybody. So these guys with their reputations, they're not going to be all nice, even if you pay them money. They want to know, is this a rug pull? Is it not? Because otherwise, they will have no viewers. They will have no followers. They will cancel, not subscribe to them, and then the reputation goes down the toilet. So that's also why this thing takes long. We have to pick the right people with the right fit to the project.
Hey, I got two questions.
Hello, Wade. Yes, for sure. Go on.
Yeah, Stavros.
Yes.
Hey, You said about the searches on Google, and who do you see as our competitor?
Well, we don't have a competitor in terms of this, because remember, the way we're running this project is not, we don't have competitors. We're not in the meme coin space, so we're not in only a like a
No,
fund space. We've got multi-utility, and like I said, Google, so if you look at the marketing where we're gonna target, we need to, strategic wise, the next step. We've done the Reddits, we've done the Twitter. Twitter was okay for engagement, but we need to obviously move into things like Twitter Spaces, so it helps for general awareness. YouTube is more holders, people that are shopping to actually come over and buy crypto. Reddit also, people are shopping to come over. When it comes to Google, it's a very fine line on the SEO, what we have to do. We have to then get the website, the brand built first, do a proper brand activation of the new Banker's Dream, which will be a different company. I can't mention the name now, but it's going to be a slightly altered name, but something coming back to our roots. And at the same token, that we can then go ahead and start marketing into Google, etc. So that is on the next step, or couple of steps on the line. But first, we need to make sure we get a good ground space. We need to make sure the brand is solid and it's focused, and it's activated and people are used to it, and then we can start working on getting it up. Because remember, if you let's say people are let's say we're in the community of Reddit, we're in the community of YouTube, we're starting to explore into that, and we're only getting to Google. If nobody knows the name that well, they're not going to go and search for it in Google. We first need to get it built to a point where it's well known. Then we stick it into Google, and then we'll be able to rank, etc., on the website. So that's what we need
so
to.
so so you say that we have no competitors, so we just have to uh, advertise our name to everybody else, so that they
Well,
can
well,
come to us,
yeah.
right?
So the first step is really, like I said, awareness, and then also grow the subscriber or the investor base. Once we've grown the investor base, then what we do is we start targeting Google. So that will be kind of further down the line. The first step is we
Right.
need to get investors coming in now, and the way to do that is tackle the YouTube, because that's it's also YouTube. You put the video up, you do the keywords properly, and then it stays on for a long time. So that when people are looking for us in YouTube and they type in Bankers Dream, etc., it's already got some form of SEO through the tag words, etc., to find the videos. So that's also visual. It's video. So we're tackling that first because it's got the highest impact to convert investors to come into the business.
Okay. Hey, what I was going to say was also during these times when the economy is bad and the whole of the market is down, do you think it's wise to go and advertise and spend all that money just trying to advertise and put the name out, because it's all going to fall on deaf ears? No one's listening to anything anybody's advertising, be it on Poocoin or on YouTube or anywhere else, because it's just people are just having other things on their mind. They don't.
No, sure,
That's not the
sure.
top priority. So I think when the market picks up and that people are more receptive to this information, it will be then wise to put money towards that. But doing it as of right now, I think it's just a bad, a
Well,
waste
look,
of money.
at the end of the day, we've got to do some form of marketing. We can't sit and do nothing. So I hear what you're saying. You are right to a point. You must also remember, if you look at this project from also inception until now, a lot of investors came in during the bear market. We did like our all-time high in the bear market, and there was a lot to do with organic growth. At the same time, we were pushing Reddit and those things, etc. So we've got to have some form of awareness and some form of drive to get new investors on board, etc. So like I said, everything was down. Bitcoin was down, everything was down. We did our all-time high. That's why I say, so yes, strategic marketing 100%. And also that's why I'm taking the time to vet these guys slowly and, get all the information in so that we can stagger out the marketing, at a time, so we don't throw money in the wind. And then obviously once it starts to go into a bit of a pickup and we go there, then yes, we're going to hammer it to 100%. but something has to
Right.
happen in the meantime. Like we said earlier, um, McDonald's and Coke and all those things, they advertise constantly, whether it's a good market or bad market, whether it's high or low, it doesn't matter. They're still marketing. But you got to be strategic and you got to target specific things at specific times. Then you get good results. And we can still turn over and get people in. You know what I'm saying?
But Chris, I can also add you here. Um, this is what we've been saying like all the time. If the market, for example, is at the stage right now being on a very, very red stage, yeah, you can see it from the overall interaction in the BSC space. It is low, very, very low.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think it might be low for a while. I mean, maybe
definitely,
2 months, or
definitely,
because
definitely.
even the Fed's approach to the inflation, and also with this war that's brewing up in the Russia stuff, and also uh,
Definitely, definitely. I can totally understand you there. But then again,
and
you
even
can be
also
sure
what
we are, yeah,
I'm sorry. Also, what I heard was that Germany is also playing an active role in this war with Russia, where they're putting like sanctions on them. And so I think I don't know if the funds would be. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
So
I can understand you, but I can also assure you we are putting at the moment more funds into actual development, for example, for fund display and all that stuff, than we are putting or allocating into marketing because we need some, as uh, let's say Moneybin said, or Stavros, we need this constant exposure going. Yeah, especially with YouTube, because YouTube is not the kind of marketing which we just put up and then it is gone. Yeah, you can always see it. You can see it in 3 months. You can see it in 4 months. It doesn't matter. As long as people are researching Banker's Dream, they will see it. But then again, of course, we are totally aware of this one. Yeah, we are not allocating like huge amounts of funds for marketing right now because, as you said, people need to be aware marketing right now is not having the effect it would have in a, yeah, recovered market, or let's say more in a market which is not in a state of being very scared. Yeah, that's why we are strategically allocating more into the development part, because now we have the time to put in, to restructure everything, to get a company running. And then, of course, if we see the market really recovering, you will see a lot of different stuff additionally getting added, yeah, for the marketing side.
yeah, it all sounds good. Hopefully everything works out. Thanks for the answers, all right.
Yeah, thank
Hope
you.
you answered
Thank you
your
for the
question there.
input. Thank you for the input. It's
Thank
needed. So basically,
you.
for everyone, yeah, questions like this, because some people say, "Oh, this is tough" or something like that to answer. No, we need questions like this in our AMAs. Yeah, these are perfect questions because a lot of people are asking themselves, like there are many different opinions. They say, right now, yeah, go for a marketing push or something like this. Yeah, other people say, no, it might not be the right time, but then again, we need to find this fine line. Yeah, we need to have constant marketing running. We need to actively work on marketing because, as you can hear from the things Stavros said, it is a long, yeah, long process for a YouTube video to be made. Yeah, from the vetting to the negotiations until the video is really up. This is a long, long road, and we are actively working on this road because most likely, of course, we do not want to use a good YouTuber only one time. Yeah, we want to use them for, yeah, many times. But then again, we need
Hey,
questions like this. Yes, Chris. Yes.
yes. Also, I have a suggestion on really low cost marketing, and that is people who want to do AMAs on different channels, like the Whale Fund. I mean, I'm not sure. There's a whole bunch of people that do these AMAs on a on a high. They do a lot of AMAs just to get the word out about bank or whatever project they're working on, and that community is exposed to that project. So I think that's a low cost way, an inexpensive way during these hard times or during these red periods of the bear market, that you can get the word out about your project to a whole group of communities by doing a whole bunch of AMAs.
Definitely, definitely.
Not
Um,
AMAs with us. I'm talking about AMAs with different communities. I'm not sure they got a whole bunch of names. I'm not sure. I can't remember any of them really off the top of my head. But
We are looking into that, Chris. See if I can answer that for you, Paul, if you don't mind.
yeah, yeah, you can.
The,
You are head for the PR thing now, so you have to answer it.
there we go. There we go. Yeah, so we have looked into some of them. We are still busy actively looking into them as well. There's a fine line also with that, because you do get guys that are they throw together these Telegram groups, etc. And meantime, it's just a shill group. That what they do with that shill group is they just have all these people in there that are not really users. They're just bots or whatever, and they have a few live people in there. And there's no way to distinguish between what's a bot in there versus a human being. And so we have to be also very careful who we select there. So it's the same kind of thing with the YouTube. At least I've got tools that can strip down the people in the YouTube to see if they're bots or not. I don't have tools to go down and strip down in their Telegram group, because if you have the Telegram group and you started it, yes, you could quite easily use a tool to go through that. But if it's a case of it's somebody else's one, then yes, there are some tools, but they're not 100% effective. So at least with that, you are right. We are looking at it, but also once again, the same rules going to apply to YouTube as to these AMA groups, etc. One, they have to be vetted. They have to go through a process. Just as much as they vet our project, we need to vet them as a community as well, to ensure that they're not wasting our time. Because essentially, if they're wasting our time, they're wasting your guys' time as investors. You see, so we don't want to go down that route unless we vetted that group and we're comfortable actually doing it. And if we've used them before and we got some decent results from them, yes, we will tackle those groups again. Some of them are affordable, some of them are not. Some of them have ridiculous costs. Some of them are more expensive than YouTube, and they're just chance takers. You see, so at least we do have a good average of what we do want to spend and don't want to spend. And by that, yes, if we, like I said, if they've got a good track record, yes, we'll use them. If you guys have any suggestions on groups, you can welcome to DM to me. Obviously, I'm on Moneybin, on the correct name on Moneybin. Just I'm using the other phone at the moment. But yeah, you can message me Moneybin on the Telegram and DM me, and I'll take a look at it with pleasure. I have no issue. This whole thing with the community is that you guys might have ideas and suggestions and whatever, and we welcome it. Send it to us. We'll take a look at every single thing. We will leave no stone unturned, and we will find the most legitimate people out there, the most reliable, and also add value, so that you guys, the money that we're using actually gets back into the project, into the investors, into the group, into the team. Everything counts at the end of the day. So that's what we're doing.
All right.
Did that answer your question, Chris?
yeah, hey, isn't there any way to just present your project to a company? You
Uh,
don't have to pay anybody anything. Isn't there any of those stuff?
I didn't
Just
quite
repeat.
understand you. Could you just say it again?
What Stavros was talking about,
Just say money.
where you pay people to talk about your project. Isn't there any free ones, free communities you can go to and
No.
just present your project to them? I mean, also, it doesn't have to be always Telegram. It could be Telegram and Discord together, or it could be just a Discord group.
So
They're
there
more legitimate as compared to Telegram.
definitely. I can tell you there are some free groups. These are very small investor groups, but they are actual investors. As for example, how have they been called? Where we had the legit crypto launch. We had an AMA with them. They seem very small, with I think an amount of now 300 members. So they did actually grow quite a bit since we had the AMA there. Um, they had a free AMA with us. They checked us out. The like founders, they did invest themselves into us. They watched the project grow over time, and then we had an AMA with their group. I can tell you this: the AMA there, it was the toughest thing I had so far. I think after the actual AMA, we had like 3 hours of constant questions, and this haven't been easy questions, I can tell you. This have been very in-depth, very hard questions. There are some of this free groups, but hard, hard to get into them. Yeah.
Yes, and also hard, and also you know they're very small. Some of them are very small. Some of them are growing. Um, and yeah, some of them are just like I said, some of the free ones are just talking. They're just waste of time talking, and they're kind of people who've thrown something together. So we need credible people. These legit guys, as Paul said, they literally took questions that they were ripping apart the project. Tough questions, left, right, and I was there. I witnessed the semi bloodbath, but in a sense of the questions, and I saw Booker going through it like it was like cool as a cucumber, and just answered everything correctly, or not correctly, but everything's confidently, should I say? And literally after that, the guys bought into the project. They bought into BankersDream afterwards. So
So that
it's
was good. That was good.
yeah,
That he did everything right. So there's no problem. I
100%.
mean, see, all advertisement is good. Well, what is it they call it? They say all publicity is good publicity, be it bad or
Exactly,
good.
exactly,
So
100%.
there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's all good. I mean, Buka, he is a guy who knows his stuff, and he answered everything on the level, and all was cool. So that's good.
100%. But if you guys do come across those free free Telegram groups, just send them to me if you don't mind. Just send them to me, DM me. I'll take a look at them, and like I said, I'll go in there. I mean, I was in another Japanese Telegram group earlier today, and I was busy chatting to them. You know, Google translating, chatting back and forth, etc., and trying to get our position in there. I'm targeting Chinese groups. I'm targeting Turkish group, Russian group. Obviously, is a bit sensitive with the situation going on there right now, but and I think Russia's also put a bit of a cap on annual investments. What I saw, I think it's $7,800 a year. They're trying to enforce that now as well, so that's a bit tricky because they do hold 12% of the world's crypto, but they are putting in some blocks there as well. So we are facing resistance, in a couple of these areas, but we are looking at the most crypto friendly right now and targeting them and working our way backwards. Because if we do it the other way, we just be hitting our head against the wall. So I'm doing that actively. I mean, you see, I haven't been on. So as I said, I'm money bin on the other name, just on my other phone. But I've been actively doing that. I haven't been really in the chat very much, or I've been in and out the chat like I normally am, because I'm doing all this work in the background. I'm betting all these different groups, etc. So yeah, we're covering as much as possible. But please, if you have any suggestions, I don't care what it is, just drop it in the DM. I'll go through it. It might take a little bit of time to to get through everything, but I will take a look at it, and I will take it apart, pick it apart, and see if it's right fit for the business.
Perfectly. Um, just one more thing in the chat. Binetsi, would you say your day jobs as bankers, let's say, have allowed you to acquire connections with possibly bigger investors? And is the March event the first presentation with this? The March event in Swiss is actually a event we had planned with some Swiss investors which invested into the project, which really like the business, which really like us as a team, and we do really like to work with them as well, I can tell you. So they are coordinating a lot in the background, doing all the marketing, doing all the invitations, because they have a lot of connections there in Zug. So this is a very separate thing there. For the first part of the question, tough to say, because you have for at least me, I have to be very cautious with who I am talking to about this one, because as I said before, I need to rely on my day job still. At this time, we talked about this yesterday in the AMA. So you need to be very cautious. But I can tell you we have a lot of real world sales which have been going on. A lot of new investors joined from this real world selling. But then again, possibly, yes, bigger investors, of course, but just being very, very cautious at the time right now from this side. As you see maybe in the chat, AJ and me really, really need to meet up additionally. And he is also running out of time, so basically he's just waiting for me at the moment. I don't think I missed something right now. No, I don't think so. I would like to say thank you everyone for attending today's AMA. It was really great to have you all in here, to have the questions, and also Moneybin also dropping in, answering like the first questions as the actual PR man of the team, which is very, very, very much needed. I guess I will also change roles that all the marketing things will will go to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it helps a lot with the flooding, I can tell you.
100%. Yeah, 3,000 DMs later.
Oh, I'm sitting on. Oh yeah, let's not even take a look. It doesn't matter now. All right. Yeah,
100%. Happy to take it off your shoulders.
a lot of things. Yes, exactly. This here, Robert G. Enjoy how chill it is in terms just feeling fine at. Yeah, this is the feeling we want to give. Like there are no tough questions, there are no bad questions. Yeah, even if you would ask me, as Moneybin did set up the trap, even if you would ask me if this was a rug, yeah, I would still answer it. Yeah, but of course this is a very, yeah, limit question. Yeah,
it's dynamic. This team's not going anywhere. This team's not going anywhere.
No, we are
From
not
what I've
going
seen
anywhere.
in the head, just a quick thing. If I look what's happening behind the scenes, guys, I've got a bird's eye view. So trust me, if there's something going on there, you'll know about it.
Yeah,
You would have known about it
definitely.
ages ago. So no, I can tell you with confidence, I wouldn't be dedicating my time and my effort into this if I thought it was a waste of time. Because we've all been scammed. I'm sure we've all been rugged at some point. But there's no question in my mind I wouldn't be doing this pushing full time and going forward into this if it was a problem. So no. I'm not that type of person. I will look at it, and if it's a problem, I will be out. I'll be done. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for as long as the team will have me, and as long as the investors will have me. And thank you, Booker and AJ and everybody in Simp, all the devs. Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the next 6 months to see where this thing flies.
Definitely. A lot of things to come. But again, I am. AJ is waiting for me like all the time. We really need to AMA for today. But again, thank you for the participation. Keep it up, everyone. A lot of things to come. And if you are running into any questions, always feel free to ask them, right? Always feel free. All right, people. Thank you very much. And then again, we will hear each other, I guess, in the upcoming AMAs in the next days. Bye, people. Bye, money.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, guys. Cheers.